because I can. Also, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, or why I thought this was a good idea. Mo, your scissors aren't safe. I found them. You hid them on top of the refrigerator. You think I wouldn't find anything on top of the fridge where the juice is? I found the scissors and you can't stop me. So I broke my whole setup a few minutes ago because I had everything set up and then I realized the camera would probably be better closer to the table than on top of my monitor. So I'm going to have to set everything up again because I just decided to tear it all down. Thank you for that resub, Mo. I'm trying to figure out where everything is. I moved my chat over to my main monitor because everything is backwards. I'm using my hand cam for the regular camera because you need to be able to see what's going on down here in high definition. Full 1080p chaos. Like, forget this. This can be in 1080p, or 720. Oh, you needed the frog hat. That's understandable. So I haven't done anything but taken things out of the box. Yes, you two needed frog. Also, you got the bonk because just because I can. There was no reason for this. And this gave me a reason to use my wonderful Nightmare Before Christmas tree. But I didn't do anything but take things out of the box. And these gingerbread, like, these walls are very thick from what I remember. I need to move this out of the way because that's in the way. There we go. Oh, that's right. You did sub twice yesterday. Yeah, it's almost like, because I expected these to be kind of broken whenever I opened them. I got one from the back of the shelf just in case that, like, someone might have dropped it or something, but I think you'd have to try very hard to break these, and that's a good thing because it's me. And we all know how I am with building things, but I seem to remember gingerbread house pieces being very thin and brittle. This one also links together like a puzzle, so there's that. So, I mean, hopefully I'll have a better time putting it together. And it's got a piece of cardboard on the back of it, or on the bottom, that I think I'm going to build it on. That way it's easier to move. Shears, maybe TNT would help break them. Yeah, I don't know. It's got this one piece. I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but like there's this piece and there's like a line here. This is part of the chimney and it's attached to the wall. I'm going to have to try to remove that without breaking the entire piece. So that's going to be fun. But I saved opening all of this for when I turn stream on, just in case I broke something. You all would see that. I'm going to use another tool as well. Don't tell Mo I found the box cutter. Just don't. She doesn't need to know what I have up here. I'll get my juice privileges taken away. I have many things. I left ban and in-game action on because I thought it would be okay. Make me. Well, does it count because... Oh wait, no, it's not fully... Oh wait, no, it is. It is. So I opened this before you got the ban and in-game action, so I'm guessing I'm okay to take things out of the package now? No, clearly I didn't. And that's the bell sounding that Ranger is here. Welcome in. I can't open anything. This was, I didn't think this through. But will you count opening packaging as me taking these out since it's already open? Does that count as opening it? Because technically the bag is already open. A frog hat to go with your frog hat emote. Yeah, a fresh set I can't touch, but like this is going to be interesting keeping this on my head whenever I need to lean forward. There we go. Because it's technically already open. Like, look how thick this wall is. Hey, wait, bruh, I have literal house crackers. It's actually house crackers. This is totally what I meant whenever I said I'm eating the drywall. If you have a fine-tooth coping saw blade, that might help. No, I don't have anything like that. I have a razor blade / box cutter thing and a pair of scissors, and that's about it. We're just gonna wing it and hope for the best. But, you know, if it falls apart, I'm just gonna throw the trash in the floor because why not? If it falls apart, that's fine, because I did call this a gingerbread crack house. So, also, tell me why the door is on like a separate. Is there like there's like two pieces to the door here, and I don't understand. Do I have two doors? Do I have a front door and a back door? How does this work? Clearly, this is the roof. Also, these things smell very good. Are there instructions? No. All of these Tootsie Rolls like this were just thrown into the box, and they just said good luck. The instructions, I mean, yeah, I've got the photo on the box. But you see, the thing is, I can't see the back. So, I'm guessing, like, it's short enough that I think one side, so I'm guessing you'll have a front door and a back door. I guess. So see, the fun thing is I can put this together because even though Louis has banned me from opening packages, he has not banned me from putting this together. I probably shouldn't have said that, but you know. Oh wait, I've got to take the piece of the chimney off of the house first. How is this gonna work? Like a single, that's. If I pull that, that's not going to be good. I'm going to be missing a chunk of my house if I do this. Give me time. I have a bread knife, but I didn't bring it in here. Let me just grab this little box cutter thing here that I have and hope for the best. Hey, look at that. That went a hammer. No, listen, I don't open things with a hammer, unlike some people. I'm not calling any names, but, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're not complete savages around here. We don't just open things with a box cutter. Did I put that on right? Okay, good. I don't need the door upside down, so. Or, you know what, I could put it upside down, and then it's like that meme, they stole my front porch, you can't have nothing in Detroit. It's like down here is where the porch used to be, and someone just stole it. It was a power drill first, yes. Well, I don't have power tools. You definitely won't let me have those. I'm only rarely given access to electricity up here in the attic. Okay, I was under the impression that this was gonna, like, link together a lot better than what it is. I should have known better, but, like... Yeah, I don't let you have scissors either, but here we are. So, I was lied to. This is supposed to link together for easy assembly, but if I let this thing go, this entire thing is going to fall down. I did not think this through. Okay, will that sit there long enough? I don't have enough arms for this. I may be a kraken, but I don't have... Oh god. It's tear down all over again. You see that? You know, well, wait a minute. Has it been 5 minutes? It has. Let me just disassemble this entire thing, because we're obviously going to have to use icing, because normally in my experience, the icing does not always do its job of holding things together as it's supposed to be. Also, I don't know what this looks like. This icing feels very weird in this bag, but it's supposed to be, you're supposed to knead it and, like, mix it up. So, and then I've got icing bags as well. And I believe there are 2 tips under here. There's like a regular round tip, and then there's this weird star tip thing. Today we see how well Kracko can put icing in a bag. Spoiler alert, not very well. Will Krakow lose a finger today? I hope not. But, you know, here we are. I'm going to use this entire bag of icing on this. Look at that ear. It would be a shame if someone started a conspiracy theory that it isn't real. Go ahead, do it. You won't. You see, that's the difference in between me and you, Mo. I will lean into it. Might want to feel that before... Well, how then... Well, it's too late. It's too late. This is fine. I'm doing it my way. That sign won't stop me because I can't read. I also am not snipping it large enough to fit the piece down in here. I also did not want to snip it so large that it just fell right through. I'm going it my way. This was already going to end horribly, and I think you knew that because this tip has already... Oh wait, no, that'll work. You just have to... Yeah, this is not going to go well at all. That seal is just not good. Like, it's... I could pull this thing all the way through if I wanted to. You know what? It's not done right, but you know what? We're just going to go with it and we'll see what happens. It's not going to end well, but I am prepared for that. I was not prepared for anything with this stream to go well at all. Except for the if we have enough time after I finish putting this together, we might play a game for a little while, but you think we haven't got our clipping? Oh, I knew there was going to be clips from this. I know it. You guys have no clue, like, the amount of garbage that I have on the other side of the room behind me, because there was a lot of stuff in the floor over here, and to make room for this table, I had to move everything. There's nothing over here but my chair and my desk now, so... We're playing that new game tomorrow, right? Yes. I played it a little bit to kind of learn how it works, because there's no instructions. So at least I'll be able to help a little bit. I didn't play that map, though. I played some of the different maps, not the one we're playing tomorrow, but... Alright, so... I was going to attempt to put half of the icing in this bag with the round tip, and the other half in that bag with the star tip. Because this is all the icing I have. I have a bad feeling about this already, but you know. Welcome in, Yorman. Yes, this is very different. And knowing my chat, it is going to get clipped because the icing is white. This is not... I'm glad I don't have a family-friendly marker on my stream, because this is going to go downhill as soon as I start icing things. Here we see Krakow attempting to squeeze out half of the icing, exactly half, out of this bag and into another bag. He quickly realizes that this is not going to work as he thought it was going to work, because there's not that much icing, so... Gil, welcome in. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'll just put all of the icing in one bag, and then, if I need it in the other bag, I'll just pipe it out of one bag and into the other. Bro, are you new to gingerbread houses? Yes, I am. Because I haven't built one in years. This isn't a regular holiday tradition for me, which is why I thought it would be wonderful to stream my return to gingerbread houses. With no clue as to what I'm doing or how this is supposed to work. And with only 2 hands, and yeah. Well... We have a gingerbread house. I don't know how well it's going to go together, but you know what? It's fine. Okay, cool. I'm not using the icing just yet. I'm just putting it in the bag, so... I don't think this counts as using the icing. I got Bean over here encouraging me. Bro, I don't need encouragement. I know this is awful. I'm fully prepared for it. It's okay, I got more points. Just hot glue it. Oh yeah, I would, but I kind of am going to try to eat this, because it smells pretty good. I also did not snip the corner on this icing bag very well, and it's showing. You know, I like how... I like Zunder and Bean's energy. in all of this because, just avoid the glue. Yeah, just avoid the corners. But I love Zunder and Bean's energy in this. Zunder comes in like the dad who's just making fun of his son for doing something wrong, and Bean's just over here with nothing but encouragement. I expect nothing less, though. All we need now is a dollar store Skeletor. And the Krakow bullying can commence. We have a very dark light thing going on. I noticed. There is still some icing in here, but I cannot get the rest of it out of this bag. And using the icing for what, Krakow? The icing is now on the cardboard. We're off to a great start. And it's also all over my hand. I will. This is why I don't have the hand redemptions active, because, like, there's icing all over my hands. I'm fully prepared for this. He said as he knew he was not prepared for this at all. I should have put the icing further down in the bag, because, you see, I've got a bit of a problem here. This is the edge, and here's where the icing is. Krakow it's just going to be, an hour of me sitting here eating the icing. I'm trying to slowly get all of the icing down into the bottom of the bag before I fold it over, because, well, let's just say I'm going to be putting all of these McDonald's napkins that they throw in my bag to good use today, because I didn't bring any other form of cleanup. Well, as long as you don't know what you're doing, you're good. See, I can't really do it wrong if I don't know the right way to do it, you know? Krakow as a general contractor is a no. Yeah. It's definitely a no. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I'm going to use this napkin to clean up the icing that is going to exit the top of the bag. You saw me play Teardown, right? So that should have been your first sign that Krakow as a general contractor is a no. There is already icing all over the table and possibly the floor, but, you know, this table is going to have to be thrown away. I also don't have a trash can. Oh well. You know, I said I would do my best. Not that my best would be any good, but, you know, I fully expected this. Well, lick the table, wipe the floor. Instructions unclear. Lick the floor, wipe the table. Alright, so if calculations are correct, this tip is doing not a thing. Look at this. This tip is just, no. It just does not work. I would have been better off just cutting a hole in the bag. Just the tip, yes. I mean, we're just going to slap the icing on here. It was not going to look good anyways. We already have established that, so. Bruh, like, how? This is equally entertaining and horrifying. I use a different, like, I have the bags prepared for me by someone else who knows what they're doing beforehand whenever I ice in something. Generally, I can ice in cupcakes alright if the bag is prepared for me beforehand. This was not prepared for me beforehand. There is no tip for the icing. It's just there. It's just there, and that's it. I'm fully prepared to have icing all over my hands. The floor, the walls, you know, it's... Would it really be Krakow's room if he didn't have icing all over the floor and the walls? And I've got some on the cardboard here, but I guess we'll just use that as what they call foundation. Bro, I was told icing in the corners would help. But, yeah, the icing is actually really good. But, I was told icing in the corners would help. It ain't helping. This really is going to be a crack house because I don't know how to put this together. This was very poorly thought through. Sahul, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I'm very sorry that you're coming into whatever this is, because I really have no idea. I'm going to attempt to put icing on the cardboard in a very poor attempt to anchor this to the cardboard. Hey, that kind of worked. He said as he quickly realized that it's not working out as he thought it would because it's just falling over. Yeah, this is making me have flashbacks to building an old or building a gingerbread house that like back in the day. Baby Kracko building a gingerbread house, and this piping bag is just all over the place. What am I doing? He asked, as if he's not sure, no one else is sure either. Yeah, flashback dog, and there it just went in the floor. We now have the start to an actual crack house. Now I can't eat this, so because when it hit the floor, I said it was thick, but where's the other piece of the wall? I kind of have two pieces of a wall now. It's not as sturdy as I thought, but you know what? That's fine. Does anyone have a suggestion of how to put this together? Because this is not going to stand up. Also, part of the wall is now broken. Band-Aids, hot glue. Yeah, I should have prepared an alternative adhesive, but I did not. Because I thought that, you know, with it linking together, that it would be okay. It most certainly is not. Oh, yeah, that we're past that point. Mo has been trying to evict me for months, but she just can't. She's called the local police department, and they refuse to come to the attic. Once the frosting dries a bit, it'll hold better. You have to hold it a long time, I guess. Yeah, I didn't bring a hair dryer for this icing either, so I'm just gonna try to put some icing along the side and try to repair this wall, but we all know what Zunder just said about Kracko and general contracting. It's not a good idea. Also, that's really my fault for leaving it here. That's the problem. She should have called animal control. It'll melt and it won't hold, so that's a good thing. As long as I don't stab myself in the foot with these scissors, that would be really nice, because they're like 5 seconds from falling off the table. They underestimated, number one, my ability to put together a gingerbread house, and number two, the amount of icing that I would need here, because clearly they did not give me near enough icing, and I should have put it in a bowl and used a spoon. So we're just going to hold this here. Let me lower that so you can see what I'm doing. But, something to make it cold would help. Yeah, see, that's another thing. I didn't prepare anything. I have nothing but scissors and napkins and a bunch of icing all over my hands. That house is going to be all gingerbread since you probably have eaten all the candy. I don't have canned air, unfortunately. I mean, the wall itself, the repair that I made to the wall is holding together surprisingly well. I don't know if I can turn this anyway, where you can see what I'm doing a little better, but the wall has fallen down. Let me just put these up here. Yeah, that's gonna have to stay right there. I can't move this any more than what I already have. Yeah, I would try canned air, but I don't have canned air, so that's just a shame. I should have expected icing all over my hands by now, but you know, I realize as soon as I pick this table up to move it later, this whole thing is gonna come crashing down to the ground. There will be nothing to save this gingerbread house. We're gonna wait a few months till it's done? Probably, yeah. Most likely, because, like, look at the grip I have on this bag. This isn't good. I'm just gonna, like, cram icing in the corners, I guess, and, like, hope for the best. Like, if I use half of the tube of icing, it's probably fine. But, you know. Don't worry, everyone will have it done by Christmas 2026. Yeah. I need a better way. That might sit there. I realized that that's exactly what I did the last time and it fell over, but you know what? Have I ever told you the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. How am I almost already out of icing? Bruh, I still got 3 more walls and a chimney and a roof to put on this thing. And there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Here we see an accurate description of Krakow trying to do anything at all. Mostly it's just things falling down around him. He has gotten used to this, but somehow he's still surprised when it happens. Yeah, once you get a couple pieces together, it'll kind of help support the rest of it, but, like, this icing is no longer coming out of the bag. Why? Did the icing just, like, freeze in the... Okay, well, let's just tilt that over and hope that doesn't fall over in the floor, but, like... We have a bit of a problem. The icing is no longer coming out of the bag. Excuse me? What with a butter knife? What am I doing? A better question is, why is the icing not coming out? It's just like stuck. It's the last time I buy a gingerbread house kit from Target. Scrape the icing off your pants. Well, there's none. There's actually surprisingly none on the... There's actually a little bit on the floor. Why? Can someone explain to me the science of why the icing is not coming out of the tube? This thing has already fallen on the floor. I'm going to use the scissors on this and... It's going to happen at some point, but I'm not going to, like, just do this, you know? Like, I'm not... Listen, I may not be smart, but I'm not going to do that, alright? You see... You think I have a pencil handy. That's, like, I don't... How did it dry that quick, but yet none of this is dried? I mean, I guess this is dried enough that that's holding up. I think I've got a pen up here that I don't use anymore. Maybe. Actually, I don't have a pen. That's a bit of a problem. At the rate we're going, I'm about to just start using my hands. I'm going to take the tip, like, I'm going to cut the end of the bag off and just use my fingers. Because the bag technique is not working. I can see it now. Krakow gets 1 wall done in an hour. I mean, accurate. But, like, should I not be able to, like, squeeze this and then... The answer is yes. You know what? Suddenly the icing is it's just there. I said I was going to use my hands. This is exactly what I meant. This is going exactly how I planned. Or, well, not how I planned. This is going exactly how I expected. If you get grossed out by someone using their hands with food easily, turn away. Because I already have to wash my hands. So I've given up. I no longer care. You just have to use your finger, and it's totally fine. This is the way nature intended us to build gingerbread houses. This is how the ancient civilization of gingerbread men and women built their houses. They used their hands. They used the tools that Santa Claus gave them. It's exactly how I thought this would go, because it really reminds me of a toddler putting together a gingerbread house, just all hands. No, they call in a real contractor. You know what? Surprisingly, this is working better than the tube. It's not gonna look good, but I knew that. That was to be expected. I'm gonna run through my napkin reserves after this, so Krakow will have 0 McDonald's napkins left over. I knew I had them saved up for a reason. One question, okay. I think I can answer one question. Why are you using middle finger? I have no clue. It's just the finger that I went for. I don't really know. I said I can answer one question. I actually can't. I guess I should start saying that it depends on your question. Possibly because it's the longest finger on my hand, and if I do that, it's not a crack house, it's crack home. Bruh, I don't even think this is crack home at this point. The wall is still not staying up. Like, this icing is drying, and it's still not. I need to put snowbanks on the outside of this wall here to get it to stand up. Like, it's sealed along the edges, but it's not holding up, and I'm afraid I'm going to run out of icing. At this point, it's just crack, yeah. Like, it's not sticking together up here. Is the problem. So, like, what if I just did that, and then pressed this together, and then cleaned up the extra? Cleaned up, yeah, right. Like, there's anything clean about what I'm doing. I realize I have no one to blame either, except for myself, because I can't say you all asked for this whenever I just saw this in the store and I was like, hey, you know what's going to be a good idea? Building this on stream. I have no one to blame but myself. It does have a cracked wall, yeah. That I totally didn't drop in the floor. Not enough icing in the world can save this. It's a lost cause at this point. Yes, cracked wall. You see, this is why we put the icing in the middle of the house, because you won't be able to see this once you put the roof on. No one will know what I did, except all of you in the clips that you made. Anyone that watches the clips that you made. So, I mean, it's probably fine. I realize the vibes going on in here is just, it's on a whole other level, because we got the lo-fi chill music, and then it's just this. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what you're all complaining about. This is fine. I don't know. Why are you all screaming and telling me to stop? This is fine. Why are the children crying? It's fine. Yeah, this is. I'm just at this point taking my finger and using it as a shovel. Toddler Krakow attempts a gingerbread house. Yes, actually. If this isn't toddler crackhead vibes, I don't know what is. And honestly, did you come here expecting something that was actually well thought out and gonna work and go to plan? Really, if this isn't what you expected, you have no one to blame but yourself. Because you know what you signed up for by following me. And this is exactly what you signed up for. Now that I've been streaming for about a year, and I've got a decent amount of followers on here, I think I can finally show you all my crackhead side of this is how I build a gingerbread house. Yeah, this is the horror house making. I can just hear Zunder dying of laughter in his office all the way in Florida. I can hear it. It's amazing. See, the problem is I'm running out of room to put my icing, so I think I'm going to resort to using the bag on the other side of the house over here, because then I'm going to need to put this wall over here. So I think if I pick this up and move this back here, I can still use this, but the part with the chimney has got to go up at some point. So once we have this put together, I don't want to move too many of the walls because it took me this long to get it somewhat stable. This house is not even, like, even. Hey, look, it's holding up. We kind of have 4 walls now. I don't know how long that's going to last, but you know what? We have 4 walls. We had 4 walls. You know what? Can you not? Luckily, icing isn't red. It would have been a real... I should have put some red food coloring in this. I didn't think about that. This house is about as stable as my mental health. Yorick, why are you saying what I was thinking? I wasn't going to say it, but you said it for me. And there goes the wall. Stay there. Like, you have enough icing in the joints. Just stay for me, please. It looks like it snowed inside the house. Like, bruh, how did that even happen? Let me turn this around so you can see the horror that is on the other side. Like, look at what I've done back here. Look at what I've done. And it's still not working. If we have 4 walls, that means Krakow has been live for 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah. And this is the one that's like, it's supposed to link together to be for easy building. Imagine if I got one of the OG gingerbread houses where it's just 4 solid walls with just like flat edges that you're supposed to be able to put together. Like, that would have been a disaster. I'm struggling to try to keep this thing up, so I'm just gonna like pack a bunch of icing around the side here and just you know, hope for the best. I mean, I'm just gonna try to stop trying to prevent that wall from falling over, because it's just not gonna happen. I apologize that you all have to sit through this, and that I'm making you. Well, I'm not making you sit through this. You're willingly sitting here watching this. You're legally allowed to leave. Okay, there's that, and then we just push all of this icing it's in the middle into the corners, and then we hope for the best. You want a 24/7? I can't just build gingerbread houses 24/7. It's like, you realize at some point, well, actually, I take that back. No, I wouldn't. I was going to say, at some point, I would start to get good at it, but no. What's that saying about if you give monkeys typewriters, eventually they'll write Shakespeare? Give Krakow enough gingerbread houses in time, and eventually he'll make one that actually works. And it's actually held together and looks like a gingerbread house, and it's according to the kit, but I think that would take a while. Just till you can make them blindfolded. You can and you will, Frogman. No you dabs. Man, I'm so glad I have this cardboard and I didn't decide to just build this on the table, because this would just be a nightmare. We really would have to throw this whole table out. This is, well, welcome to Christmas with Krakow. This is exactly what it's like. It's somewhat holding together, again, I say, as the wall is continuously falling down and in constant need of repair. Do it, you won't. A Very Krakow Christmas, starring Benjamin. Oh, this is just wonderful. So, I would like to apologize. I left the hat redemptions on here, but if anything other than abandoned in-game action gets redeemed, I'm gonna have to decline, because I can't exactly put a hat on right now. I'm not gonna have this icing all over the hats and have to try to clean those. As much as that would be entertaining, I'm not. So that goes over here. The roof should hold up a lot better because, see, it can just kind of sit there and it's fine. But you know what? I'm going to take icing and we're just going to... Wait, that goes along the bottom. So we'll just put icing on the corners and then on the side like this. And hope for the best. We're going to put a happy little tree right over here. Just a happy little snowbank right here on the roof. Just right there on the roof. And that'll be our little secret. We won't tell anybody about that. Just happy little snow flurries right there on the roof. Just right there. Speaking of hat redemptions. Just look at that. Look at that. Happy. And I realized where I put the icing, it doesn't even connect with the wall, so that was really just useless. I can anchor this one to the wall by putting icing on the inside here. You know what? I will have enough icing. It'll be fine. We just won't look on the inside here. I would lift the camera up and show you the inside, but number one, my hands. Number two, I don't have enough cable to pull my camera all the way over here. Look above the hat one. Putting icing on with your fingers. Oh. Well. Tell you what. I've got this little piece of the chimney right here. I'm going to put it on with that. So we'll just scoop the icing up and we'll just generously apply it like that. This actually might work a little bit better, so you may be helping me out. Trying to make sure I'm still holding it in view. Like, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm really surprised there's no icing on this tree over here yet. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll get there. And I'll be cleaning off that tree. Bean is in the next room like, leave Krakow alone. Please tell me she's doing her best impersonation of that guy who had that viral video years ago who was like, leave Brittany alone. Please tell me that's exactly what she's doing, like full on sobbing and screaming. Just leave Krakow alone. Leave Krakow alone, he's doing his best. His best is usually not enough, but you know what? He's trying. Bruh, there's a gap in the roof. Why? Tell me why there's a literal gap in the roof. That's not supposed to be like that. Why is this like this? Like, the walls can't go together anymore. This is... Did I put the roof on upside down? I swear it wouldn't go on in any other way, though. That's how it has to go. Oh, yeah, you do put candy up there. That's right. Yeah, that is what's on the photo. Welcome in, Luna. We have a gingerbread house up. Don't ask how I got it put up, because you don't want to know. Trust me. So, there's going to be candy wrappers and icing everywhere, and it's just... I'll use the pink ones for the roof, just for Mo. Why do these candies feel old? I will not ask. Bro, who cut out this design for a gingerbread house and was like, hey, there's a gap in the roof. The roof pieces don't exactly meet. Should we maybe do something about that? Should we maybe recut the pieces so the roof fits? Nah, fam, throw some candy in there and they'll bridge the gap with pieces of candy. It's fine. They'll love it. Should we give them extra icing or maybe something a little more sturdy to hold it together? Nah, fam, it's fine. That's part of the experience. They literally just lay there in the middle. Yeah, just send it. Boy, this has gone downhill very quick. I expected a very clean workspace. I don't know why I expected this. It's like I don't know myself. I expected very clean workspace. The piping bags were going to work just fine. My hands were going to stay clean. Icing plus candy is the roof. Yeah, but still, I mean, you would think... I mean, that kind of looks a little good. I mean, it kind of sinks down a little bit, so that's fine. I don't even need icing up there, like, unless I just wanted to, like, put a bunch of icing up here. I don't have to. But, like, this little roof piece is supposed to sit up here to be, like, the back part of the roof. Yeah, the Christmas sweater kit from Target, too. There wasn't enough icing for even half the cookies. Well, surprisingly, there's enough. With as much icing as I've been caking onto this thing, there is enough to put this thing together. Which, I'm surprised. I also realize I'm going to have to press the Be Right Back screen at some point whenever I go to clean this up, because we're just an hour in, not even, and I'm about done, except for decorating. But, so my Stream Deck's probably going to need to be cleaned unless I can hit it with the back of my finger that does not have icing on it. Alright, there's garbage everywhere. Where is the box? Because I need to throw my trash in this box, because this is just a disaster. Nah, fam, the same people who make gingerbread houses make IKEA furniture. Well, see, I would have to argue with you there because I don't seem to be missing any pieces. I'm going to throw this icing tip away because it does not work as intended, and I honestly am going to throw this piping... Well, actually, we can just keep that piping bag. You might need a piping bag for something. Who knows? No, you're going to have extra pieces. Correct. So, can I... Yes, I can start putting it on with my fingers again. Let me do so right now. By just smearing some icing right there on the chimney and just plopping that right back down. You know what? We're gonna seal this together with candy because this is gonna be the main structural support of this entire roof. Of this entire house is the roof. These candies are going to be the real MVP of this gingerbread house, because if these candies fail, the whole thing is coming down. I've got a question for you all. It's a bit of a paradox. The gingerbread man sits in a gingerbread house. Is the house made of flesh, or is he made of house? He screams, for he does not know. Oh yeah, I've got tons of extra pieces. Like, I got so many, like, I got a whole bag over here of gumballs. I've got these flower-shaped candies. I've got a whole box of these dots. I got a whole handful of, like, Tootsie Rolls over here. Like, it's just... After you're done, you gotta eat it on stream. House made of flesh, obviously. I mean... I wasn't planning on eating it on stream. Mo asked if I was going to destroy it like I do on Teardown, but I also said I was not planning on it. I realized I put these really nice colored candies on top, and I'm covering over them with icing. But you know what? It's okay. It'll be fine. Flesh or candy? Good question. Luna ... is not an answer, and I'm a little concerned. Boy, this is a gingerbread crack house if I have ever seen one. You look up the definition of gingerbread crack house, and then this is what you see. I'm trying to put icing in every possible corner that I can, just for the fact that, like, it needs all the help it can get, really. Okay, you guys want a little representation of something here? Me filling these little tiny weak spots with icing is a good representation of me piecing my life together with memes. Memes are the only thing holding me up right now. We put a little icing in the weak spots, just like we put memes in the weak spots of our lives. They help. They really do. It may not look like it, but it really does. Krako shows up to Christmas with this and his family just wonders. Yeah. Now, you see, the funny thing is, it actually showed putting gumballs along the top of the roof. So I don't know if they just, like, stacked the gumballs on top of these, or how that works. The gingerbread house stream just got dark. We're having... Zunder, you have your group therapy nights. Well, we're gonna have group therapy gingerbread house building. So it's okay to take things like memes and use it to hold up things in your life. You know, like if you need a little help, you know, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of help from icing or memes or, you know, whatever it is that helps. There's nothing wrong with that. If it helps, it helps. Except for drugs and alcohol. We don't condone that here. Let me be very clear. I should stop before I go any further, because I feel like we could very well take this a place that we don't need to be taking this. I'll stop. Anyway, the gingerbread house. It's shaping up. It's actually a house. And the descent continues. You're surprised? Alright, so what else, as I'm putting icing in the corners of this thing, trying to desperately to hold this thing together, what else do you guys want to do to decorate this? I'm trying to see what side has a little more space to put candy on. I've got gumballs, different colors, and then I've got flower-shaped candy in the loudest bag known to man. We went from lol the piping bag broke to please help me memes are all I have real quick. Welcome to my streams. Yeah, I joined Rar and your future husband, by the way, in a group chat. All I heard was something about filling gaps, blowing loads. I think it was something Final Fantasy related, but really I don't know. They were having a good time in there alone, and I think I interrupted something. Yeah, we could put some flowers around the bottom. Here we have chat helps Krako build a gingerbread house. I honestly can't hear myself think over the sound of this bag. I've never heard a bag louder than this. So we need some icing around the front, some fresh icing, because this is all starting to dry. Which is a good thing, because like we need something to hold this house together. What is holding Krako's household together? Flowers and icing. That's about it. Did you interrupt us in the dungeon? What were you did interrupt us in the dungeon. What were you expecting? I honestly don't know. My expectations are always low, and somehow I'm still let down. I really don't know. We're just planting some happy little flowers right here in the front yard. This will be our little secret. That's not normally there, but we won't tell anybody about that. I won't tell if you won't. It's totally fine. Also, these are not gonna stick. Some of these are not gonna stick because there's no icing there. Let's just plop the icing directly on the back of the flower and then try to carefully place it here. I don't know how well that's going to work, actually. It's probably going to be best if I just like slap some icing on there with my finger on the house itself and then place the flower there. Man, there's more icing on this house than is what is necessary, but you know what? It's the best I could do with what I have. He says, as it was most definitely not the best he could do with what he had. So what if I hang on. Let me put the icing back. Let's see if these napkins can save my hands any, so that way I can at least try to use my hands. I'm gonna have to sweep the floor because this icing is drying and it's all over the place and it's just a disaster. You just wipe dust the hands off on the table and call it a day. It's all good. It's fine. This is why I had to subscribe just for these. Yeah. Sure, icing. Yeah. That's totally what it is. What do you think it is? That's a good question. What do you think it is? What if we just stick gumballs along the chimney? I'm literally just rolling them in icing over here. I realize you can't see that, but you know what? It's just it's fine. That's not enough icing. Grabs the garden hose. So I have to hose that boy down afterwards just to clean the icing off him. So can you imagine if I climb out of Mo's attic and I'm just like, "Hey Mo, can I have a hug? I need a hug after what happened on stream, please." She's just like, "No, Krakow, go outside. Go roll around in the grass. Go roll around in the sandbox. Stay away from me." Wash your hands first, boy, then you can have a... No, I want to hold on to Bubba now. Thank you for that sub, Bamsy. No icing can touch Bubba's... Yeah, you're right. Can I play with your craft supplies that you have? Like the box of craft supplies? Can I just search your craft supply box? Yes, it is actually a Nightmare Before Christmas tree. There's actually some Nightmare Before Christmas ornaments on it as well. This one is turned around, but yeah, and yes, that is 0 on top of the tree. I was like, we have to make it somewhat festive. This is the only sort of Christmas decoration that I have. You think I have just one little box? Okay, I've got a better question. Mo, you got any games on your phone? There is dried icing just everywhere. I don't know why I'm surprised, to be fair. Because this is how it shows the roof looking. It's like a row of the gumballs along the top. I need to bring these over here so I can reach them a little better. Man, I should have just gone with a Christmas painting stream. Why did I decide to do this? Because this is just messy and difficult. I could have done something that was a whole lot easier. But no, I choose the difficult route. I choose violence every day. If I'm not choosing violence, I'm probably browsing memes. Or sending weird and bad puns to Zunder and making him angry and wanting to slap me. From now on, we all just come into Krakow's house. Krakow's chat. Krakow's house? I hope you're not all coming into my house. From now on, we all just come into Krakow's chat like give house. Okay, I'm cool with that. Can you imagine Krakow just sits here streaming and suddenly, like, all of you just burst in through the door? Do it, you won't, Zunder. I'm waiting. Do it. Come catch these plap-plaps. Come catch these icing plap-plaps. You want to catch these slapjacks? These plapjacks? I'll get the butter and the syrup and put them on my hands. We'll have plapjacks. You like those, right? Oh god, the gumball is falling off the roof. This is not good. Hey, now it's actually starting to look somewhat nice, right? Right? Yeah, totally. See, the trick is you're supposed to have a piping bag to place, like, drops of icing off the side of the roof and things like that, but, piping bag didn't work out too well for me. Better warn Mo, gonna have a lot of people in the attic. Eat it? What? Eat what? The house? Why does everyone want to see me just eat the house? Eat the house? I never thought I would have a bunch of people coming into my chat just screaming at me to eat the house. Mo's trying to break me from eating house crackers. And you guys are over here undoing all of her hard work. She just weaned me off of house crackers. You guys can't do this. Don't want to ask why it's covered in white. Yeah, you shouldn't. It's fine. Just don't ask. It's obviously snow. Yeah. Your snow doesn't fall just like in smears all over the place. Is that not how snow naturally forms? Maybe I was mistaken. Perhaps I was misinformed as to how snow accumulates on a roof, but I was pretty sure this is how it works. I still have the dots that I haven't used. I feel like we need to at least use most of the candy, or at least some of each kind. Because why not, you know? I mean, it looks some kind of way. I don't know. At this point, I'm just dipping things in icing and then just like plopping them down over here. So we'll use these as like small bushes over here in the corner, or on the side of the house, I should say. There's actually not many of these in here. Can I just use all of these? Who wants to volunteer to eat this? I can put it in a box and send it to your house. I can't promise it'll be in one piece when it gets there, but who would volunteer to eat this after you've seen what happens? Chris would. Why am I not surprised? I'll send it to your house then. Eat it yourself, you coward. Yeah, I mean, I will literally not even pack this, like wrap this thing up. I will just chuck this whole thing in a box, seal it up, and mail it to somebody's house. The post office would probably hate me and would never accept another package from me, or never mail another package for me again. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do things like that. That's just how it be. Eat the house, cracker. Does it count as, like, whenever you say eat the house, what do you mean by eat the house? Like, if I pull this little piece of chimney off the top and eat that, does that count as eating the house? It'd be moldy dust by the time it reached us. Yeah, and there'd probably be ants and other bugs all on the box. I'm not gonna sit here and eat the entire house. Bruh. They gave me all the candy. I'm gonna use all of the candy. The entire house. We demanded the whole thing. And you see the wheels spinning in Krako's head, like he's debating it. But like, don't ask what these are on the outside of the house. I really don't know. Like small trees, more shrubs. I don't know. Dance for us, Frogman. I mean, these little gumball things on the top, that's literally chewing gum. I mean, I'd consider eating the house minus the candy. I know you guys probably wouldn't approve of that. You probably would say it's not the whole house if you don't eat the decorations on the house. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta take what you can get. Ants are an amazing insect. Well, then it sounds like Louie wants the gingerbread house then, because then he'll get a snack and a bunch of ants too, because it seems he likes ants. So long as they stay away from me, they sure are. Fair, yeah. These are simply what we call privacy hedges. They're covering the windows. All forms of life are, maybe not Krako. Wow. Was that really necessary? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I don't want to know the answer. We still have one side of the house over here, and I still have a few pieces of candy, so.
Alright, let's bring that beat back.
I guess I'll stick flowers on the other side of the roof like I did this one side just to. Stop, thank you. Do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. That's what someone should have told me whenever I bought this gingerbread house. They should have known how it was going to go and been like, stop, do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. I don't know if these will fit on this side of the house, but barely. We are literally on the edge of the cardboard here. My God. I have 3 more of these regular Tootsie Rolls left, and then I've got like a few gumballs and then a bunch of the flour candy left. And then that is it. My favorite time at work was the time pest control came to remove the ant's nest. I mean, fair, yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna eat this later afterwards, but you know what? It's, you know, I'll figure it out. Most likely won't eat the candy or the side of the wall that has a crack in it that I dropped on the floor, but, you know. The roof is fine. The roof is clean. For now, at least. These little flour candies are the hardest thing to put on here because, like, you have to put them, like, face down in the icing, get enough to stick to it, and then put them on here. Is Zunder just constantly... Wait, that was Zunder, right? Yeah, is Zunder constantly gonna just be like, do it, you coward, until I eat this house? Why Why are you encouraging this? Like, what's wrong with you? Well, I think that's it for the gingerbread house. I really don't have anything else I can do to it. I've got a bunch of flour candy left over, but I mean, I don't really have many places to put them after I've done all of this to it, so... What do you think? Did I do a good job?